Hello and welcome to today's speed build. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining us, and if not, then welcome back. So today we are building in the world of San Sequoia, and this is my second video in a row building here, and we are building an autumnal home. Now I'm super excited because I have been wanting to build autumn builds for so long, but we have only just kind of gotten into September, and I felt like anything before now would have been just a little bit too early. So I feel like now is the perfect time to start with the autumn builds, and yeah, I'm super excited to talk about this build. Now this is definitely a lot smaller than what I'm normally used to. A lot of the time I like to do big massive family builds, family homes, but I wanted to do something a little bit smaller, and I felt like I wanted to do something very cozy, because when I think of autumn I think cozy weather, like blankets, hot chocolate, and I wanted this house to have that feel. I wanted it to feel warm and cozy. So this is quite a small build actually. It ends up being 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, which is a little bit weird because a lot of the time you tend to have like less bathrooms than bedrooms, so I know it is a little bit odd. It's kind of like weird the way it's 2 and 2, but you'll kind of see when you see the floor plan why I decided to do that. Now this does end up having 2 floors, which is why I was able to do kind of two bathrooms, but I really love the floor plan for this house, and I actually didn't really struggle with the floor plan, which is really strange because I tend to really struggle. That's kind of like my weak spot, is definitely doing floor plans. But yeah, I really liked how this one turned out, and I didn't really, have too much trouble with it. So as you can see, this build is a little bit, I don't want to say weird looking, but it's definitely a strange style at the moment from what you can see. You can see that it's elevated pretty high, and I've got this kind of like 3-layered staircase going up to the front door. Now that was actually because I was basing it off of a photo that I found on Pinterest, and I'll put that photo on screen now. And this photo this is what inspired me to do this whole house. I was like, I want to do something that's very warm and very autumn themed, and this came up and I was like, this looks beautiful. Now I wasn't actually sure how it was going to translate to The Sims, because a lot of the times I will find photos on Pinterest and I'll try and kind of replicate them in The Sims, and I just don't like how they turn out because, I don't know, like there's a lot of features missing from The Sims, there's a lot of things you can't do. But this, I feel like, worked really, really nicely. So in the photo, there's this kind of like garage door, and then there's a staircase right beside it leading up to the front door. And I was like, I could definitely do that. Like with using the tool mod, that's definitely something I could do. And I feel like it looks super cute. Now, because this is such a small family, I felt like the car that I end up using really works as well. So I end up putting this like small little car into the garage space, and it just looks like it's for a smaller family, and I feel like it works really well. And I did use these debug rocks. These are from the horse ranch pack, and I used these to just kind of place around all of the little shrubs, and I feel like they look so nice, and they really added a lot to the kind of detail I was wanting, if that's how I want to say it. Like, I wanted there to be a lot of detail on the outside, and I feel like these really help with that. It really helped just pull the whole build together. So yeah, I do spend a lot of time on the outside, and I did play around with tool mod quite a little bit just because I wanted it to look a very specific way, and I felt like this was the perfect way to do it. So hopefully you guys like it. Now this build is on the gallery and it's fully functional. I was playing around with it today and it works like perfectly fine. And yeah, so if you want to download it, my gallery ID is just iHanza, and yeah, it's on the gallery, so feel free. By the way, I just wanted to say, I realised that I get a lot of like comments on the gallery, like people kind of commenting on my builds, and it's so sweet, but I don't actually think there's an option to like comments or reply to them on the gallery, which is kind of weird and it's kind of upsetting because I want to reply to people, or like I want to like comments at least on my gallery, and I don't think it's a thing, like I don't think it's possible. So I'm sorry if you ever comment on it and I don't reply. I do read them and I genuinely really appreciate everything that people say. I don't know how to reply, or I don't think there is actually an option. So yeah, just in case you think I'm being like rude on there or anything like that, I'm not. I promise I do see them and I really do appreciate all the love and support, so do not worry. Now, over on the kind of far right of this build, which I'm doing right now, I actually decided, instead of it just being super flat here, to build up the terrain using the terrain tool and then kind of create this garden almost. This is sort of their back garden. Not really, I mean, all it consists of is a tree and some bushes and then like a little path, but I wanted there to be something there and I didn't want it to be flat because I was like, well, this house is on a hill, so it would make sense for the kind of background and the kind of terrain to be a little bit rocky, a little bit raised. And then I used these little debug rocks and I just kind of added them, and I think they make it look a little bit nicer as well because they make it look a lot more natural, I think. So yeah, you can let me know what you think of that. Now, I've actually never built a house in this style, and oh, this is something I wanted to talk about. So I've actually never on YouTube built an autumnal house. Now, if you guys don't know, autumn is my absolute favourite season, like ever. I love autumn. It's weird because Christmas is my favourite holiday. I absolutely love Christmas, but autumn just makes me feel so good and so cozy, and I love it because it's kind of like the build up to Christmas. But yeah, I have never built a like autumnal house. I've never did that on YouTube, and the reason is because I've actually been on YouTube for less than a year doing my speed build videos, so I've never had that opportunity to build anything autumn related, because I believe when I started YouTube it was around Christmas time, so I did like Christmas builds, but yeah, never ever autumn. So this is my first time, or this is your first time ever seeing me do a build like this. So just a little disclaimer, there will be quite a few autumn builds this year, and I hope that you're okay with that. I already have an idea in mind and I want to do like a trick-or-treat house. I feel like that sounds really weird. I pretty much want to build a house that is like specifically decorated for trick-or-treaters. Like they've got you know, the little buckets of candy out, and they've got like all the pumpkins in the back garden, or the front garden even, and they've got all the lights up and everything, and I really want to do a build like that, but I felt like it's a little bit too early right now. At the time of recording this, it's only the 17th of September, so we still have a little while to go, but I'm thinking, see, once it gets to October, where you're going to be getting a video like that from me, and I hope that's okay with you guys. I actually, at the moment, do not own, there's like it's a stuff pack, I believe. There's like a Halloween stuff pack, and I don't own it at the moment, but I am going to get that. I'm going to get it, and I'm so excited to play around with all of the Halloween stuff. But anyway, you know, talking a little bit about the actual build that I am doing, we have moved on to the inside, and you can see that I am doing the living room, and I've kind of extended this wall a little bit because I wanted the living room to be very centered, and if I didn't put that wall up, that the fireplace would be like very to the side. So I put up this wall, and I found these little cards. They came with seasons, and I've hung them up just behind the TV there. So we've got this swatch, and it's like pumpkins and bats and like a black cat and things, and then there's another swatch and it's just very autumny. It's like leaves and like just orange vibes and just like trees with leaves falling, and these were so sweet, so I definitely had to add them. Now you'll notice that on the inside I went for a very brown vibe, and this is because I feel like when you think of autumn and you think of like I don't know, like autumn houses. The colour scheme is kind of red, orange, brown, you know, colours like that. It's very soft, warm colours, and yeah, I feel like that just worked really well with this build. And I absolutely love the way the floor plan turned out. I feel like I definitely captured it really well. You can let me know, obviously, your opinions down below. But I wanted this house to feel very like close together. There's a lot of kind of houses I've done in the past, and the floor plan has been very open and there's been a lot of space. I didn't want that in this build. I wanted it to feel very close, almost like cluttered, almost too close. But yeah, that's kind of the vibe I wanted. I think I did a good job at it. Obviously, let me know. I'm just thinking, I feel like it looks pretty nice. Now we're doing the kitchen right now, and I also found a swatch, and it was like pretty much the same thing. It was like those little autumn leaves, and it's like the standing up cards, and I thought that looked so sweet. So I think at one point I ended up filtering the packs to Seasons, because Seasons has all of this amazing stuff. So if you're wondering like where I'm getting these kind of, you know, seasonal things, I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it, that it would be in Seasons. But yeah, they have it for like everything. So I think they have swatches for Easter, Christmas and Halloween, and I never really used them. Like, I've never used the Halloween ones because, as I said, I wasn't on YouTube at the time. So yeah, this was me like kind of using them sort of for the first time. You know, when you download a pack and it's kind of like your first time using it, that's what it felt like with these. Now, it might come as a shock to y'all, but I actually don't have all of the packs. I don't know if you knew that already, but I just buy them kind of as I want them. Like, so if I, you know, because I don't know if you know, but I work like a full-time job, so I'm gonna get into that, but I'm not able to like buy every single pack, so I just kind of buy them as I wish. Like, if I think, oh, this pack looks cool, I want it, or like this looks nice, that I might get it, you know, things like that. Yeah, that was something I wanted to talk about. So I do work full time, and I wanted to talk about that because I feel like sometimes my upload schedule can be really weird, and maybe I don't upload as much as you would like, or as much as I would even like. It's honestly just because a lot of the time I'm so busy, but I feel like recently I've been doing really well is kind of getting into a routine and uploading things and getting videos out to you guys. So hopefully you have noticed that, and hopefully it's okay and you don't mind that sometimes I'm a little bit all over the place. But yeah, I am trying my absolute hardest to get as many videos out as I can, but sometimes it's just really hard because of my work schedule, because I'm working all the time, so I'm kind of having to leave videos to weekends or evenings, you know, things like that. So yeah, hopefully it's not too much of a problem. But yeah, you might have noticed that I do buy a lot of the kits, and that's honestly just because I like to try them out. Ever since I started YouTube, I've kind of got packs as they come out, but I don't have a lot of the older packs, if that makes sense. So packs that came out like ages ago, I'll kind of decide, okay, what do I want to get, and then I'll get them. Anyway, that was just a kind of tangent over me and like packs. But talking a bit more about the build, we are doing the upstairs now. Now, I did not do a dining room downstairs. You might have noticed I just kind of did this little table with 2 chairs in the kitchen. That's just because I physically could not fit a dining room, but I felt like it's probably okay just because there's only 4 Sims living in this house. So it is 2 bedrooms, like, and that's 2 parents and 2 children. So I kind of figured, well, there's probably going to be 2 people at the table anyway, and then anyone who's not sitting at the table can sit in their room, they can sit in the living room. Like, there is plenty of seating, so I felt like it's probably okay, like it's fine. Now we're doing the parents' bedroom right now, and I do change this up a little bit. I changed the wallpaper because it felt a little bit too bright, if that makes sense. Like, it's just a little bit too in your face blue, and it wasn't given, I don't know, it wasn't giving me like autumn vibes, but I did stay with that blue theme. So we've got like the blue little stool and then the blue wardrobe, and obviously I am using the bed from the Horse Ranch pack, and I'm using that in this really cute blue swatch. It actually has like kind of Christmas trees on it. But I don't know, I just thought it was nice. I also used this little pillow that is from the Modern Luxe kit, and I used the tool mod to kind of rotate it so it's sitting right in the middle, and I think that looks so sweet. Honestly, I think us getting pillows is one of the like best things that we have gotten. I don't know, maybe that's like me just over exaggerating, but I just feel like pillows are something that we wanted, but I don't know. I'm gonna say personally, I never asked for them, and I never would have thought to ask for them, but now that we have them, I'm so glad, and I feel like I wouldn't be able to decorate houses the same without them, if that makes sense. I also feel like because autumn is coming up, or like, is it autumn technically? I actually don't know seasons by calendar. Like, I couldn't tell you if it's autumn right now or if it's still, I think it's still technically summer, right? I don't know, you'll have to let me know. Anyway, yeah, I feel like with autumn coming up, like pillows are such a good thing to have because they're so cozy and they're like perfect. Now, as you can see, we are doing the child room right now, and I kind of mixed up my opinion with this room. I was like, wait, I want to use this rug, and then I started like changing swatches and stuff, and then I ended up being like, no, let's just leave it. We just add a few more rugs, and yeah, it ends up being a super sweet room. I was thinking 2 sisters and then like a mum and a dad, but obviously you could have any family dynamic that you wanted, to be honest. As long as it's 2 parents and 2 kids, you could have whatever you wanted. It'd be absolutely fine. You could even do like grandparents or something. This feels like a very cute like grandparent house, if that makes sense. But yeah, I am really excited to do like more Halloween based builds. Obviously some more autumn ones as well, but I really want to get into those like Halloween builds. But yeah, I added a little computer, and then I also add a little bathroom up here, and that is pretty much it for the build. So I do just want to say a massive thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you aren't already. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Also make sure to check the link in the description if you want to check out any of my socials, or if you want to join my Discord. But thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!